Hello, everybody. Here we are once again. SteakDora is back. He is no longer an ogre with a different name. You are a real human being now. Real boy. This is week 9 of SteakDora the Explorers Review REL 1 and 2A. And that means we are going to be looking at matches, because we looked at teams last week. And by we, I mean not you. Well, yeah, we're back. Khalerick was your replacement last week, and he decided to be very contrarian to me. So good thing you already have a huge points lead, because either you're going to lose it all or you're going to quadruple your score today, because we are completely opposite in every way to the predictions. So
well, you and I normally do pretty well, so I am a little worried.
At least you have a big lead. We'll find out.
Oh well, whatever. Yeah, there was a case where someone apparently rode the metro a bunch with coronavirus in here in Montreal. Good. So people have been losing their minds about that a little bit. I mean,
whatever. In Ontario, there was a geological mining engineer sort of conferencey thing with 20,000 people at it or whatever, and one person at it ended up having it, found out after the conference. So there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of schools just shut down in Ontario because there was a boatload of college-age engineer types all exposed. So it's an exciting time we live in.
Fun. Yeah.
Shall we? Do we want to start the recap and stop talking about sad things?
Sure.
Well, let's.
I don't know. There's always a little bit of fun in the world.
That's true. Let's get into the first game that we're going to look at, which is Locust Co-Secant and Horny Cricket. We wanted to check out a Horny Cricket match because we haven't seen him since he came back, and frankly the matches that were sort of at the top of the table were either people that we've seen before very recently or looked relatively boring or one-sided. So we picked this one because we felt like it, and if you don't like that, well, too bad. You can suggest a better match next time. Or one you want to see next time.
Yeah. The other one is slightly more relevant. We just felt like
basically. So you ready to go? 3, 2, 1, play. So Cheney.
Yep, Cheney, Wizard. That seems to be the extent of it. Locust won the toss and the fame, so elected to receive.
This is the only match in the entire set of both divisions where myself and fake SteakDora, being Khalerick, agreed on the outcome, and we both thought that Locust would win, mostly because there's a lot of Claw Mighty Blow, there's a lot of piling on, there's a lot of guard, and Horny Cricket is kind of limited in his positionals. I think he did buy a ghoul. Yeah, he didn't have the rookie ghoul when we looked at the team, but he had the option of buying a rookie one in this match, and we weren't sure if he was going to or not. It looks like he did. But he's got the one wolf. I mean, Horny Soul is very good, but he's probably going to be doing a lot of the ball carrying rather than any sort of blitzing. The one flesh golem is a good flesh golem, but he's not going to do a whole lot versus that wall of chaos warriors, frankly.
Yep. Oh, it's a spicy kick. And the Star Wolf is movement busted, which is of course a big.
Yeah. So the Necro very positional heavy, and he's a little light on positionals currently. It's one werewolf, one flesh golem, 2 whites, 1 ghoul. The ghoul is a very good ghoul, and without much of a bench, we assumed he would chunk through the zombies pretty quickly, and we'll see if we accomplish any of that on these LOS blocks.
So far, has not managed to land a Claw Mighty Blow hit. Gets one on the 3rd. Is rewarded.
We are, with an injury. Looks like it gets better, though.
Yeah, no animation, so that's a regen. Another 3 die. Another break. Another removal. Not bad. 2 removals on the LOS. Necro can very quickly run into a problem where they run into zombies, so.
There you go. Sorry, I was adding the ticker to the I forgot about this. I was just adding it real quick to this view. So I thought it might be interesting while we're doing the recap to see things that are going on about Rebel. The ticker is very fun if you haven't seen it before. Although it's a little awkward because it can spoil your own games. Because the ticker pops up before it happens in-game. Because it's directly querying the servers. Or the API. So you'll make a block and then you'll see an injury for the opponent you just blocked. You're like, oh, I know I'm going to break his armor. And then it happens. It's really funny. But it's only on the stream. And since I'm not actually watching that, I don't notice. But it spoils for the viewers. But it's funny. I find it very funny. Anyway.
So we've got a foul coming in on the DP here. 3 assist foul. He's got the block goat a little tied up here. Foul getting nothing done.
We have the sort of wall of Chaos Warriors is just sitting in a little cube there. Not accomplishing a whole lot right now, but they don't really need to.
Yeah, they were taking some LOS blocks. I think we're going to see them get more involved on this turn, given Horny Cricket's lack of block or guard.
Yeah, once the Chaos Warriors get in there, it's going to be difficult for him to do anything other than just leave. And even that might be hard. And hello, Archangel. Hope things are going well.
So I think we're probably going to see a blitz here on Turkenstein, I would guess.
We can blitz with the tackle claw guy if we wanted to. Oh, no, we could also do it with the palm goat.
We do get him down.
Oh, you're spoiling. There's the knockdown. I saw that. You tied. I did. Oh my god, did I ever lose. That was a terrible game. Don't watch it. It's so boring. That's an injury as well. Oh, the good flesh golem is gone instantly. To be fair, I predicted a bunch of things for that game and they all came true. Like my legend strength busted himself turn 2. Hepatitis B drill got KO'd on the first block he took as per usual. My Agi 2 Rotter ate the MVP as I expected. I rolled 12 POWs all game and 4 of them were on turn 16 on the line blocks. Like it was a nightmare.
Oh, here comes the wizard.
What did my camera just do?
I don't know. Oh, that's
my camera just went real awkward on that wizard. So it looks like we had the opportunity. The wolf is in range. The ball was pretty alone, and if he left it for another turn, it was likely to be sort of in a cage of Chaos Warriors where it's a lot less safe. So people may think, this is a really early wizard, but I think it's like a go big or go home moment, right? He's like going.
But how's he gonna get through this wall of chaos? Oh, he's just gonna go around it. I see.
Oh, he's Agi 5.
Well, he hasn't gone through with the Agi 5.
Well, he has that option still. There's the Agi 5. It didn't go directly through, so he's not actually on the ball, but we've got 2 wolves right next to it. So if we try to pick up with that...
Still should be a pretty easy 3+.
It's a pretty easy 3+ pickup for this goat, but can he get safe from those wolves afterwards? I mean, probably. I don't know. If you're...
Yeah, because all these guys are...
If you weren't going to go for the ball like really hard there, I don't know if a wizard was the correct choice. But you do have to wizard before you know if you get the knockdowns that he was aiming to get. So, maybe there's some aspect of that. If you could have gotten the ball, I think it was a good wizard because this guy was alone. But I don't know if you can get the. Oh, he didn't get the ball, and the Chaoser should be able to get this pretty safely.
Well, 1 in 9 would be spicy, but yeah, I think this was a bit of a premature wizard.
Yeah, maybe if the wolf had leap. Well, I mean, I think he was aiming to trying to get more knockdowns than he did here, so that the wolf could just go through. But instead, he had to go around because of where the pushes ended up.
Piles on Cheney. Doesn't get a hit on the... Ooh, bye, Cheney.
Well, those are the inducements gone. The wizard and Cheney off the field. Look at that was 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5 on that injury.
Yeah, and that one does not regen. So this is I mean, it must be said the wolf doesn't have a tough pickup despite all of this.
No, well, that we hopefully... If the Chaos gets this or fails this 1 in 9, this could be spicy. No, he did not. This is sort of what Khalerick and I expected was going to happen. Like, we were just going to be able to get hits on the positionals relatively early, and then Necro without positionals are kind of not great, frankly.
Although Sacker Ghoul has a No, he doesn't know a good hit.
They are, and I get to play Locust this week without my own killer and half a team, so it'll be wonderful. If anything retires my team, it'll be this week.
Ooh, failed dodge.
Well, it's a 1 in... Is that an Agi ghoul? Just a strength ghoul.
It's a 1 in 9. Coming in for the hit on the ball.
Things are looking very good for the Chaos right now.
Blocks with the ball, so the ball's not going anywhere.
I'd be pretty terrified to block with the ball as my first action.
The floor. 3 die on the wolf. Neither 3 die.
No, we get to try again. Here's the third 3 die.
Oh, get him that time.
No palm though, but it doesn't matter because Locust just rolling dice. Good.
Well, to be fair, it's not like he's getting
no, he's not
absurdly good dice.
His injury dice have been pretty good. He's gotten a lot of injuries.
His injury dice have been hot, but that's about it.
Well, this is a little rough. I mean, the ball is, well, it depends on how Locust. I mean, this isn't terribly safe at the moment. I mean, it's a 4+, 3+ now. Oh, that makes it harder. The wolf stunned, that's not much of an option. So I feel like it's probably, punch the Chaos Warrior, try to back off, and see if we can get another opportunity later. But it's a pretty big loss to have Cheney and your wizard gone this early without, having anything to show for it. And we do mark up the ball. We get the ghoul out. It's just forcing Locust to use his blitz on that white or dodge away and maybe fail a thing, is I think with that. And it's a rookie white, so you don't care that much. I mean, losing a positional sucks, but it's not like it's... If it was like one of your best players, you probably wouldn't do that. So we're blitzing the better white, getting a 3 die and a knockdown.
We'll pile on once again.
Never
claim.
Never not pile on. Hey, no result there.
Suspect we're gonna see a foul here on the.
I suspect that Locust's team is gonna retire mine this week.
I mean, I don't know if that's physically possible.
I mean, if he kills all of my positionals, then I mean, I'm not going to play another season in REL 2 with Rotters.
It must be said, this is not the safest ball in the world.
It's not safe at all. He went very hard on just trying to get removals here. We have a...
But I think we're going to foul instead from Mr. Kirk.
Well, he's gonna do the foul first, and if we get sent off, we get sent off, and it's not like he's any worse off than he is. And if it doesn't get sent off, then we can dodge out and try the 1 die if we want and recover with the wolf.
So far, it must be said, only one of the injuries is stuck. Sure, it's on Cheney, and that's a bit unfortunate.
Here's the 1 die.
Goes for a 1 die POW, doesn't get it.
We can...
Does free up his wolf.
It allows him to get his Agi 5 wolf to safety, at least.
Relative
well, he's not on the floor next to a bunch of players that are going to step on him.
Yes.
And, it is turn 6, right? Like, Locust has to put a player in scoring position this turn. It's not... it's not terribly difficult for him to do so, but his options are a little bit dictated.
New white taking his first Calamity Bow hit. It will be his last. No.
Is to get ready to go to, like, we're on turn 6 and we haven't crossed the LOS yet. You probably want to consider going forward.
You do.
And with that ghoul there, who's got a, it's a 3+ dodge out. It's off tackle, but we still have all our rerolls. We're not going to be able to make this ball very safe up the left. He does go up the right, which is a bit better, but still not great.
Still what I would call negligible.
So we have a 1 die with wrestle tackle here, assuming we don't knock the ghoul down, which we don't.
It's a 2 die. Yes.
Oh, now that he's pushed him, it's a 2 die. Well, before you probably wouldn't have wanted to roll the GFIs, but I don't think he needs to anymore.
Gonna get a free Mighty Blow hit on the killer, too.
Yeah, so we take the Mighty Blow.
Wasting some sixes, unfortunately.
Here's the Mighty Blow hit. Killer is fine.
One die Zambo.
We're doing this so that we can move the other Zambo to take away the assist, I would imagine, so that we can make this a 2-die.
It only works if you come in from the far
Well, he's just taking away that the right side of the eye cage, and then we do this. Right, all we need to do is take away the assist on the extra guy.
Big stun, of course. None of the 6+ catches work. That's quite a good scatter. I don't know if I would have followed that. And he's stunned for his troubles.
I mean, if he followed it, there was a chance that he caught it, which would have made things awkward for Locus.
He snaked the dodge, though, so if he had attempted any dodge after that, he would have gone down. But I think keeping him where he was is probably better.
I think Locus is focused like a little bit too hard on punching stuff. This game in particular, like he's in a much more awkward position right now than he probably should be, given the number of removals he's gotten.
Yeah, I think he often does a bunch of stuff on his turn to maximize blocks, and then at the very end is like, all right, now what do I do with the ball? It's how it feels, at least.
I mean, I'm certainly guilty of that sometimes, but I have a rough idea, I think, of what I want to do.
Alright, so no dice to score on bugged Igor. And the stun on and that guy going down makes this quite hard for Horny Cricket to stop. Piling on gets a stun there.
Ooh.
I mean, you have a zombie
that
one
stun is pretty rough. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Even
4,
going down was enough.
Was it 2, 3, 4? Oh, because he's moving busted. Oh, failed the GFI though. Not that GFI really matters.
What's the? Oh, was it to foul the ghoul?
But why would you roll a GFI to foul a stun though?
It's an injury though. Because he's Locus. MNG on Papa Z.
Well, I mean that's a big deal for the rest of this game. That ghoul has, as we've seen, is a pretty big deal and kind of a scary piece for Locus to deal with.
Immediately goes for the 1 die. Doesn't get the.
Well, you don't have any other options, so you might as well.
Does Locus have another scoring threat? He does. I think that's why he was taking the GFI, was to get another scoring
that makes
threat.
sense, yes. And the... Oh, no. Well, we have a 3+2+2+ for a touchdown for Locus now.
That guy's agi too, so it's got to be with this. Yeah, so he needed Hurdle Pom Pom to be the scoring threat, which is why he took that extra.
That makes a lot more sense. But if you're going to do that, why would you? If you needed the extra scoring threat, why would you risk a foul with him?
That's the because Locus part, and he got an MNG, so it was clearly worth. Because we're gonna results base this.
always correct. Results based analysis is best analysis. Man, more armor breaks. This one's okay.
This is done though, so not relevant. Okay. Why wouldn't you just do the pickup?
I don't understand. Well, I mean, I guess is the thought that you would like he'd rather get SPP on the block goat? That was a lot.
You know, I don't know, but that was a lot harder than it needed to be.
I mean, the only way that makes sense to me is if you feel like you're in a pretty confident position, given your injuries that you've occurred, and you're just trying to be greedy and get the touchdown on that particular goat.
I mean, he has removed 2 star positionals in the form of Grandpappy and Cheney, but this is far from over.
That's like I don't think I would be. I know there are certain players that would definitely be that greedy. I am not one of them. I would have taken the easier touchdown there, I think.
5 dice, not finding a hit there. Gonna go for an assistless foul on the ball carrier.
And if we are going with our results-based analysis, the dice log shows that the pickup and then GFI with the wrestle goat would have worked for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And as we have already concluded, results-based is best. So 0-0, going into Horny Cricket's drive. He's missing Cheney and his Ghoul. However, the other injuries were regen. So he is going to go into this half with like the vast majority of his team. He'll be missing the Ghoul, but he still has that Agi5 Wolf. And that Agi5 Wolf, unless Locust is really careful, is going to be pretty...
He's only down one player.
Yep.
Looks like. Or no, 0 players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, because he had a bench of 1, and then he bought Cheney. And he's got his full team, although he's missing Cheney and the Ghoul, so they're replaced with zombies, which is unfortunate. But we do have the Agi5 Wolf, and it's not terribly difficult to score on him if he really wants to, and Locust doesn't defend against it very hard. So we'll see what happens. The real trick is either feeling confident enough to defend against Locust with several turns, or being able to stall. And the stall part might be hard against the kind of injury dice that we've seen so far.
It's an interesting setup. I feel like Slayer of the Tsar was supposed to be in the middle so that, your killer couldn't be blitzed, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's Maybelline.
I think the thought here is the strength 4 is slightly harder to blitz through on one side, and then the other side we have 2 players, which is kind of like strength 4. And it's just to try to prevent the easy blitz through, because everywhere that Horny Cricket would need to blitz through now is strength 4. That kind of falls down if we knock down the whole LOS, though. But in my mind, that's what this is. It prevents an easy blitz and run by for a 2-turn.
Well, what you're going to see instead, I think, is your killer taking a mighty blow hit on the chin.
I think you are 100% correct. And if this is a removal, that's a really big deal for the Necronomics.
Even a stun is pretty big.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gets the POW.
You're ahead. Here's the POW. And no armor break. That Ghoul is in a risky position now, but at least he's only a rookie.
Yeah, the Necro have not been getting any removals. They kind of need to keep pace here.
It's going to be a lot harder to get removals that hit my hair. Or these fouls doing anything, for that matter. Although this one sort of does something.
Dirty player gets the stun in, at least.
Okay, Boomer. The dirty player goat.
This is when the chaos get all up in your biz.
Like, here you go, have some guard. Enjoy. Although if he's not careful, movement 7, Agi 5 could just leave. That's a double skull.
Ooh. And dodge doing a thing on the second time.
Yeah, not the second roll being both stumbles, making that awkward. If one of them was both down, you could have at least used the wrestle.
Good luck, Mr. White.
Shaken cake. Oh, he's dead. He got better though. Regen been on point so far.
He did get better.
But that's the Mighty Blow guard gone. So we're at 0 guard and no Mighty Blow.
That was good. Sometimes Blood Bowl provides these little moments,
Oh, and he's dead. I believe in you. I hope you're okay. Oh, he's dead. There was a lot of those in I played Metal and Imperium yesterday, and we were just hanging out in voice chat. It was a good time, and there were so many of these like, all right, let's hope this works. It probably won't, but we'll find out. Ah, fuck. There's a lot of those moments, which is pretty entertaining. We got an armor break. Rando zombie.
Rando zombie power.
I like the Necro zombies have cool little helmets on them.
No, that's an unfortunate push.
The zombie, he's doing very...
Good luck, Zippy. You're based against Claw Mighty Blow Tackle.
Well, Wesley is injured. I mean, I will say that...
yeah, all right. Locust's dice are
I mean,
Regen has been keeping him up, but, this is stupid.
The zombies are Horny Cricket is showing like a sort of a good example of, you know, zombies here. You know, the zombies are being kind of annoying. It's just unfortunate that everything else is working.
Yeah. Bludge, Golem going down. New White going down.
I feel like we might see a relatively early score out of Horny Cricket here. It's going to be hard to keep yourself safe. He could back off really hard, potentially, but then we're just going to see a lot of Claw Mighty Blow hits coming in on zombies if we back off next turn. Here's the foul.
I mean, I'm not really sure how he's going to score.
Well, so you could... Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, there's two options here, and I think one of them is, like, blitz down that Chaos Warrior and just go for it, like, run. And hope, like,
you mean
yes,
potato?
we're gonna potato. Is a thing that we could do. The other option would be to hello. Well, that helps.
Yeah, Wolf.
Nope, poor Wolf.
Showing why he's a legend.
Did a good thing, failed immediately after.
Showing why his movement bust is a pain in the ass.
Yep. Oh my gosh. One option was to sort of like semi-potato and put yourself in scoring range soon. The other option is to back off. Back off is safer now, but I think it probably loses you the game overall.
No, I mean, I don't think the potato was ever going to work. It was always going to be an easy 2-die. You had no way to screen off at all.
Well, I mean...
Like, just giving away a 2-die from a blow on your best piece is like, it's not really like a meaningful strategy.
Well, no, I mean, he's kind of done what I said. Like, we blitz the Chaos Warrior and then we just sort of protect it a little bit. The other thing he could have done is just leave and like run back and try to draw the Chaos Warriors in, but I don't think that's a good idea. We can hope that the wolf continues to claw things and removes Chaos Warriors. Like he did before.
Yeah, just do that.
Just keep blitzing one at a time.
Just keep blitzing.
Just keep blitzing. Just keep blitzing. Oh, well, Turkenstein is paying for himself over there.
They're racking up removals. Yeah. Okay, Boomer is sent off.
He's being annoying, holding up some players, getting a send-off. He is stunned now, so they're free, but shows you the annoyance of Blodge Firm Strength 4 players.
He hasn't stood up in 2 turns. Locus is just grouping up random.
I guess. Here comes the wolf again. That's not good enough. That's better.
That's going to be a 1-die,
Second
though.
one works.
Who cares?
Yeah, see, we just used the one wolf to do things. Look, another stun. And then we kind of sideline cage because we have sidestep and we can get a zombie in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the Chaos are going to cage dive you.
No.
Is that in scoring range? It looks
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With 1 GFI it is.
He has no rerolls left, though, so this is a teeny bit spicy.
It is, but I don't think you have any other options here. I think you have to just go for it, take the score while it's it's relatively likely, and then just hope that you can defend. As we saw in the first half, Locust seemed to be pretty easily baited into just fighting over progressing forward. So perhaps if we can do that again, he won't be able to make it a tie.
So we can get in the way physically here. This is making it a bit tougher, certainly.
Yeah, this
even for
the blitz through is not really a good option anymore. This might be just a click ball, click end zone sort of situation.
That probably would.
It would, but what else do we do? The guard is next to the zombie, so the zombie isn't doing anything. And
I think you could do 1 3+ dodge here. Is this a 3+? -2 with 5.
So you could 3+ and then 1 die the second one. And that's at least the tackle is you're blitzing the tackle, so you can
Do you not have tackle when you're blitzing into? Does tackle work when you're blitzing into the tackle zone? So he does have the reroll.
So yes, he has the reroll for the first dodge, which
he goes backwards.
We're just backing off.
Yeah, we're rearranging.
Yeah, we could have dodged here, which is the 3+, and then 1 die blitz, where a push gets you at least it makes your next dodge a 2 instead of another 3. Even if you just get a push, and if you happen to get a knockdown, it saves you the tackle. Not that it mattered, because he would have used the dodge on the first one anyway. Still got 3 turns for the Necro to score here. And even if you just back off and play very safe with the ball, worst you end up with is a tie, which wouldn't be a terrible result versus this team, frankly.
Tells the GFI to hit the blodger.
We reroll and get it. Down to 1 reroll for Locust. Is that a tackle? It is.
Not a lot of players left here for Horny Cricket.
No, but that flesh goal, I'm just standing up. I'm here again. See you later. Enjoy. He is doing work. Flesh golem MVP right now. Blitz.
Rando zombie powing this Chaos Warrior.
Well, this frees up the white and the werewolf to go forward. The white can be in scoring range, or at least mark up the safety, and then the werewolf can potato. The safety is now marked, and everyone else is all the way on the other side of the pitch. This is pretty clever. We feigned a scoring threat, and then the Chaos committed really hard to one side, and then we just used that movement to get all the way over to the other.
It's a shame. Getting that through would have actually made it a lot harder for Locust.
It would have.
As it stands, he has a 3+. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3+, 2+ to hit the ball.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, with the safety player. Yeah. I was counting to see if you could do it with the sure hands guy without the dodge, but he's just out of range.
It's also true that the sure hands guy does not.
I mean, that's true, but if it's still a 2 die, and if you can save a reroll, it might be worth it.
Ooh, gonna need it for the GFI.
Well, 0 rerolls, so now we're pow fishing here. Oh,
well,
that is a big deal.
That's a big snake.
That's a huge snake. And that's a snake that we can even stall off of too, isn't it? It is.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be game.
I think
sure.
so. Yeah, that was hard to predict. But I think like this could have very easily have. Even the second half went exactly the same. This could have very easily been a tie if Locust played the first half a little bit differently. Hello, Wald Myth Ilas 89 AS. How does being banned sound?
I have checked out your Steakmittens channel here on Twitch. Yeah.
You get those all the time where they're like, Medium Goat is dead.
He got better.
He did. But wow.
There's a lot of that going around, you know?
Yeah. You get those all the time. Like, hello, I have checked out your insert channel name here, channel on Twitch. I'm really enjoying your insert stream title here, broadcast. You should check out my services at this link. Sometimes they PM you too. It's great. I've banned so many of those.
You get such pleasure from it.
It's fun. I know they can't hear me because, they're just bots, not real people. So my snark is going like lost to the wind, but it makes me feel better. And
3 die on the rookie ghoul.
with Mighty Blow. Bonk. He is fine. Zippy's okay.
So that will be a 1-0 win for
Yeah,
Horny Cricket.
not exactly how I would have expected that to turn out, but well done to Horny Cricket. I think that...
Yeah, I thought the wizard more impactful, but it wasn't really. I mean, I guess it kind of delayed the score, and therefore.
I mean, it ate a turn, yeah. But they're like, I think there very easily could have been a score if we had done that in a slightly different way. So this could have very easily have been a tie, I think, and it worked out to not be. But I'm going to bring up the title screen briefly so that we don't spoil our next game while we move into that replay. Oh wait, well we're not. I guess technically we're not done.
We don't need to watch some LOS hits on zombies.
That's true.
I will fall asleep.
There'll be some LOS hits on zombies. I don't think it's going to be very relevant.
MVP, I should say, on Grandpappy Z, the big boy Ghoul, and a rookie Beastman who leveled up to get rescued. Nothing too exciting.
Let me go find the next one,
which is going to be Fiction versus
Rolling Red.
Rolling Red.
And now that we are in the game, I will switch back to the game view. So because we are no longer spoiling the result. We picked this one because there's Div 2A, I should say, is very tight at the top of the table right now between Fiction, Big Chuck, Too Awesome, Superfed, and there were a couple. So we wanted to watch one of those players, and we have already watched some of the other coaches in that list. So we figured we'd go with this one. It's a relatively relevant game. Let's see, what did we predict for this one, for that matter? I predicted that the orcs would win, and you predicted that the lizards would win. And by you, I mean Khalerick, but you know. We never actually came up with a good portmanteau, like, replacement, you know, like... We had Fedora when Superfed was doing it, but we never really had a... Like, the best was Steakmittens, and that's not particularly exciting. Oh, I should pause at the start. Are you ready to go?
Steakerific, something with the last bit of his name. I think like.
I mean, it's Khalerick, so it would be Steak Rick, which sounds like a terrible version of Pickle Rick, which is already kind of cringy.
Kind of cringy? No, I think it's anyway. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. We got the orcs setting up on defense, the troll on the LOS.
Yep, the orcs chose to kick in the rain. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree.
The fan factor went to by +2 to Fiction, and Rolling Red has a bribe in Rolling Red.
It's a little bit less awkward for Rolling Red because we...
Oh, and helmet.
Little bit less awkward for Rolling Red in that he has the Agi skink, so it's a little bit less difficult to deal with the rain than it is for a normal skink team.
Yeah, it's just a 3+, yeah.
But it's a 3+ without a reroll, and otherwise he'd have a 4+ without a reroll, and he only has 2 rerolls, so he doesn't really want to dedicate those to picking up the ball if he doesn't have to. But yeah, we got a bribe, and we got Helmet, the stand firm human chainsaw who looks like a goblin. Well, that's a blitz. I think the pickle is also like it's a relevant reference considering Fiction's team is named after that show. Well, we instantly go for the chainsaw on the blitz, and he's gone. Nice inducement.
Does mean you're going to have to base up a little bit here, and he does, of course. But...
Well, the biggest thing the orcs have so much guard and strength here. The thing that they're worried about is the chainsaw foul, frankly. Because that's going to get through the orc armor more easily than anything else in this game. So I think it makes a lot of sense to just go after it.
Yeah. Not having a big guard piece to slap in here. I think he didn't need to use concrete Crumbleopolis over here because he was never going to stop these from being 2 dies.
Michael.
So I think it would have been smarter to save him for the other side, where he would have made blocks a lot harder.
Flip the steak Shadora, you're not going to regret it. Payoff is huge. Turn myself into a steak Shadora. Stand firm.
What are you talking about? Stand firm?
The troll stood firm.
Troll. I'm not there yet.
Well, that's fine.
troll stuff.
You'll catch up. The Croc's getting a stun. And Saurus getting a stun as well. Slightly above expected there. At least they're both stuns.
They are both mighty.
One die pow! He's fine.
I do love that we're doing all of this. All of this, like, fairly risky stuff without securing.
Yeah, without securing the ball, which is just in front of a skink, which is in range of the strength 4 frenzy tackle juggernaut, like Blitzer.
So, where are you going? Oh.
We could just break tackle in there, like, really easily, right?
There's a troll standing on it.
There is, but the troll's surrounded by guard.
I think he still gets it to... Oh, no, he doesn't, does he? He
has a 1 die, so he's gonna break tackle in with, or around, I guess, with the Blitzer. There you go. To just get a 3 die on the skink, push him into the troll, stand firm, ball on the floor. Into the hands of a Saurus. Well, try with the troll. And it's not there. Well, the biggest problem that the lizards were going to have is getting the ball and holding on to it. And now it's in the hands of a Saurus. So, you know, don't have to worry about that anymore, I guess.
Snicker of the snack, though. What a
Almost.
Legend.
2 more SPP.
Are you saying a touchdown would do it?
I am saying a touchdown would do it. I think that was definitely the right play by Fiction. It was just kind of unfortunate that it landed in the hands of a Saurus and worked, frankly. Although the scatter was going to go somewhere awkward, but it's pretty safe to assume that like all of the 6+ catches, not the first one would work.
All right, so we've got a bit of a chain push.
Why did we elect to not stand firm there?
Because Fiction is a believer in memes. Why did we elect to continue being on 2 different things? 2 different pieces there. Could have pushed him out to this side of the troll, but you know...
But like Fiction could have just stood firm and prevented all that.
Yes, no, I know what you mean. I'm watching the same game. Fiction is like, you know what? Have fun rolling, right?
Like, if it was going to make it into, like, an uphill, then I understand, but it wasn't.
No, this is just this is a straight 2 die.
I was really hoping the troll would just catch it.
This is chaos.
I love it. It's great. It's like every Rolling Red game I've ever seen. Just instant garbage, like, right in the center of the pitch.
It lands in a troll's hands this time.
It's just like, cool, let's take everybody on the field and slam them into the middle, and we'll punch each other until someone wins. Is like the most Rolling Red I've ever seen. I love this. In we go. I don't even, like... I'd have to pause the game to figure out what is happening with the chain pushes here, so... I'm just gonna pretend that everything's good and I don't have to worry about it.
Well, he cleared up the ball, so...
Nice shot right up the orc loincloth there at the end of the piling on. Fruity Loops go crunch, went crunch. What? Okay, look at this. Look at this area there's a solid rectangle of players.
Yeah.
There are like 13 players in a 4x3 rectangle.
No, he needs a push for the chain push.
Oh, now there's 14 players in a 4x3 rectangle. What the fuck is this? The entire game is taking place in a in a 5x5 square in the center of the fields.
Back 5x5. And the ball goes out. Science experiment didn't catch it. But will a fucking Kunt? I don't know.
No, he decides to block instead of dodging out, despite the diving tackle being there. Or on the floor.
You know what? That's a Rolling Red move right there.
I'm so happy we watched this. This is fucking
Gorilla
stupid.
V6 just keeps getting... I told you it'd be great. All right, here comes
Oh,
the
he
edgy
failed.
guy from downtown.
Look at there were 14 players in a 3x4 rectangle at one point on that turn. I don't. Oh my god. Well, here have 800 chain pushes. Once again, I'm not pausing to work these out. I'm just gonna let them happen and then be surprised. Okay, so here's another one. We can push the guard so that we can punch with the troll better, as well as get an assist. Oh, we already had a really stupid assist. To hear a bunch of orc grunty sounds. Skull! Not a skull. Where's the, like, break tackle orc? I can't find him. There he is. He is below the Croxagor. I'm just wondering what the we don't have much of an option of getting onto the ball for Fiction here, other than the diving.
Well, he's got the diving tackle.
He did get there with the diving tackle, yeah, and that's pretty good in the rain. It turns out.
A lot of POWs not a lot of POWs this turn for Fiction, so didn't get the forward momentum you might
Instant double skull. Rolling right down to 0 rerolls.
Always a good sign. Thulek coming out for a hit on a random DP lino, because
We've got no, we can punch the diving tackle with a skink now with science experiment.
With a skink.
It's a skink. Although that frees up the ball.
Why are you scattering the ball? Who's gonna pick it up, Rolling Red?
The Saurus dodge. Easy. Nope, he red dies. It's a red die with block though, so like if that wasn't Frenzy I wouldn't hate it, but it worked.
It doesn't matter. It's Rolling Red. Gets the job done. Okay. Now, the ball is extremely free because Rolling Red scattered his own goddamn ball.
It's extremely free for a black orc. Oh, there's a line orc over there. We could go for it, I guess.
It is, yeah.
So we probably get what blocks we can, put a black orc or two on that ball, and then try to pick it up with the line orc, maybe? Or are we just going to defend it real hard? It might be better to just defend it real hard, considering this is the lizard drive. You can always try to engineer some more punches on skinks, and then you have 4 more turns to try to score off your opponent, rather than anything else. We've spread out into a bit of a like more loose formation now, instead of the middle 9 squares of the board. Croxagor takes a POW. Frank from finance. He's fine. We're getting it with the blitzer. That's what we're doing. A little bit of extra movement. Also having block, so it's safer. Makes sense. Just took a bit more effort to free him up and make a space. Alright, here comes the chain pushes again. I'm gonna blitz the black orc. Oh no, we're gonna blitz the troll.
No, it's a black orc.
Oh, I see. My animation went weird there. I was expecting. Well, I suppose that's a strength 5 black orc, so wouldn't have been very easy. And the second hit would have been a frenzy trap. Diving tackle does.
Diving tackle is a skill.
It's 2 skills, in fact.
You're 2 skills.
I think I have more than 2 skills. Thank you very much. I have computer hacking skills and bow hunting skills, and.
Bow hunting skills?
Quoting Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, I see. It's a topical reference.
It is. Science experiment is KO'd. I mean, that's the only movie quote I can think of that has somebody referencing a list of skills, so. And it was a fairly popular one. You know, Netflix actually had a competition once to try and, like for algorithm development, to see if they could find people who could predict who would like Napoleon Dynamite, because it's such a weird, divisive movie that it was almost like they had a really hard time trying to predict whether people would like it or not based on their other movie likes, like thumbs up or thumbs down. So I had a competition once to see if somebody could come up with a better one, because they could not solve it. It's That's really entertaining.
We've been listening to Spotify a lot because Tristan got an account and has been using it to like discover new music and stuff, and it's like pretty good. Other than their UI is utter ass for no reason, which bothers her because she's a UX developer. But the biggest thing we've noticed is that Spotify does this thing where it's Jerry. Like, you like an artist? Oh,
it's fine. Keep going.
Spotify's like, you like an artist. We see that you like this artist. You know what you probably like? That weird cover this artist did of like a Shania Twain song. So like we'll be like listening to some sort of random playlist and we'll both just scream no as some cover comes on and like dive for the phone. We just wish there was a checkbox somewhere that's like no fucking covers. God damn it, Spotify.
Man, I feel like a woman.
I forget which Shania Twain song it was, but it was a cover by Haim. My mother was a huge fan of Shania Twain, so I had to listen to entirely too many songs. I know, I saw it. It's not even worth mentioning.
Well, the Orc Blitzer is very safe, so he's gotten away cleanly. So we're just doing a bunch of punching in the middle. I just wanted to comment on the game a little bit. You can go back to talking about Shania Twain if you'd like.
Extremely safe. That's it. It bothers me that there's no button that just says no covers. For the
I grew up with an insane amount of gospel music, if it makes you feel any better, because my dad really likes gospel music, even though he's not particularly religious. He just really likes
gospel music as its
He just really likes the but like not like the sort of like soulful, like fun gospel music, like the really stuffy old white guy singing about Jesus gospel music.
Oh no, I thought we were talking about like the blues.
No, right? I don't mean like fun gospel music. I mean like opera singers singing hymns. It was very weird, but so I have a lot of like odd gospel songs memorized, and that always surprises people.
There's been a lot of punching of lizards, and they are not dying.
There's been a lot of punching of orcs, too.
My lizards were this... Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of death on him. He's fouling with the Agi 4.
He's fine. Right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, he's got a bribe, I guess.
He does, and, Helmet has been KO'd. And if, although considering that Fiction is going to score on his turn 8, we won't have to field him for like the one turn and just instantly lose him if we have to use the bribe on the chainsaw. Yeah, like psalms, I guess, but not like the specific sung in church sort of psalms, but like the, blank, 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 and the gospel choir like sing blah 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 CDs.
That's funny.
Oh, it's a fit.
Oh, snake to GFI.
Orcs can't make GFIs.
News at 11. I did have to stand in front of a class of teenagers at some point. I don't know. I think it must have been like in my preteens, but where we had to do some weird report where we asked our parents like some stuff about them, and my mom did list "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" by Shania Twain as her favorite song, and telling a bunch of 12-year-old people in a classroom
that "Man, I Feel Like a Woman"
that is my mother's favorite tune, is something they all accepted and definitely never ridiculed.
Nope. Preteen to teenage children are not terrible in any way.
So we're gonna red dye double pow the ball.
100%.
Right? Like there's no world in which rolling red doesn't stop the score and kill.
There's no world in which rolling red doesn't roll these dice. I don't know if it's going to work.
Double push. Boo.
Well, we now do a 2-die blitz through, find the POW, very clearly just hit piling on by mistake, and then don't score.
That would be pretty outstanding. I think Fiction should have just done it for the
I think
memes.
so too. No, Fiction takes the touchdown on the blitzer.
Because he's a coward.
Don't let him hear you say that.
I think he's in chat.
I don't know, maybe.
He was like, finally, about the stream going live, and does not appear to be in chat.
No, he'll watch it later, and then he'll have choice comments for you. You know,
I mean, I think everyone acknowledges the objective fact that not piling on there is a cowardly move.
I think everybody at this point, after what, 5 seasons of doing this now, should realize that, like, you know, we talk about the game for half of it, and then it devolves into garbage for the rest of it. Like, this is what you signed up for. For some reason, you people keep letting us do this, so this is your fault. If you don't like it, well, complain to someone. That isn't me. I mean, the people in Rebel that
I
watch
like
it.
that a helmet... No,
Helmet failed the KO.
Helmet failed the KO, and then Rolling Red bribed him anyway.
The bribe worked.
The bribe did work. So he bribed Helmet to stay on the bench.
I mean, I think the... I think the idea is that Rolling Red is going to try real hard, is going to hope the rain goes away, and then try real hard to like 2 or 3 turn, and then have Helmet back for a second defensive drive, and hopefully use him to turn over and make this 2-1. If the plan is to just like, you know, give up, then
I mean, this is
it's on this drive.
Rolling Red's drive, so that would be kind
That
of
would be hard. Yeah, so never mind.
No, but I think you've made a classic error here in that you assumed Rolling Red thought about this. Rip the cross.
Oh, well, Frank from Finance got hurt. He hurt his wrist playing squash on the weekend.
It was a very aggressive game of squash.
Yeah, and well, I made the mistake of assuming that since Fiction scored, it was his drive, but no, that's not what that was. We commented on that very aggressively. Yeah, so I don't know what I guess the other thing is the Dirty Player Skink is also KO'd, so it's gonna, not that Rolling Red is really afraid of fouling with whoever, but it would have been a lot more efficient if you had the Dirty Player. If the Dirty Player came back and the Chainsaw didn't, I think you 100% save the bribe. And just let Helmet go away and be useless. At least Helmet is cheap, because this is...
the rain causing the ball to land in a spicy zone.
Because we have a Knuffles altar, so at least Helmet was very cheap.
You're very cheap.
In some things, yeah. That's probably fair. I appreciate a quality thing in some things, but for other things, I just don't care, so why bother being not cheap about it? Save money for better things, the things that I care about.
Alright, we're basing up Palm with a skink.
Man, the like robot comment there, man, they're like, I know nobody's gonna care about this, but a fun anecdote. The coach of the Toronto Maple.
No, it's definitely pronounced anecdote.
Yes, I changed my pronunciation to the correct one after I realized my mistake.
I tried to say the bad one. He's the skink's body.
Hooray! Oh, well, it's exactly... It goes 2 squares to the left.
I actually tried to say it again like you said it, but I failed. I just couldn't say it that badly. Yeah, I don't even remember.
Anecdote. I think there's a T in there. The coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and
maybe you were going to tell a Toronto Maple Leafs story to just really round out the Steakmittens meme.
In an interview very recently, was asked like, who's the biggest cheerleader on the bench? Like, you know, which of your players is like the most enthusiastic and like trying to encourage other players? And he just went silent for about 6 seconds and then said, "We don't employ cheerleaders." Like we don't employ any cheerleaders. It was like, oh my god. Thank you, Mr. Robot Coach. You're my favorite.
Unexpected query snakes in. He's just gonna fail to pick up like 16 times.
Probably. I would believe it. I love that Rolling Red is just like, screw it, we're going for it with the skink. Here we go. Fails it, scatters out. Well, this could be good. Lands 2 feet to the left. Ah, oh, fuck. Well, I guess now we just hit orcs and cry.
It's the name of my debut.
Hit orcs and cry. Man, so many blocks coming out of these lizards.
Why are you covering that? Oh, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, go for that. Oh, it's a foul.
We're getting so many blocks out of this.
Rolling Red has a priority.
It is remove orcs.
Didn't even need diving tackle on that one.
What? Oh, on the... I see. You're ahead.
One on the dodge.
I was like, he fouled, and you're like, didn't need diving tackle on that one. I'm like, that diving tackle fouls?
Yeah, it helps.
Diving tackle as a blitzer is very annoying against skinks. It's a very good piece. Just marking up the 2 skinks, and then we go back to punching. I like how some of the black orcs have the like flesh golem 3D glasses on. It's entertaining. Looks like they're about to go see a movie.
Oh, hold on. I have a topical. I have some topical emotes for you.
Oh, are you gonna put sunglasses on? Great, one. Little shiny stars and a $sign on a steak.
Here's another one.
Is it sunglasses?
No, it's Rosie's bandana.
That fits really well over the steak. That's like surprising how well that worked.
And there's just them not even trying. It's just a.
Oh, you know, I know it's just a Twitch button, but I'm just impressed with like the Twitch emote like adding thing that it worked out that perfectly. And that's it's some sort of, it's very small.
It's just the.
Oh, that's the female symbol, yeah. Purple and pink, I guess. I thought it was like a ribbon, like congratulations, your steak is very good. Do I? I mean, probably.
It's what the message says. I don't make.
Oh, hey, we fouled a blitzer into an injury. He's okay though. Man, Rolling Red, like, just going for it in the face of adversity. Like, you know what? You have the ball. That's fine. I'm going to use my entire team to just foul one player return and wait as you move.
Make the dodge off diving tackle. Fake skill. Alright, it's not a fake skill the second time, but we're doing.
I like it, like every turn Rolling Red is just taking his entire team, picking one orc and being like, you!
I think it was a different orc this time. He like abandoned his previous target for a juicer.
Yeah, just going after them, makes the block, surrounds them with Saurus, fouls with the skink, lets the orc thrower move forward. He's just like, cool, you know? You go score if you want. Bonk. Oh, poor skink. Poor Guinness virus. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Dulek, our ever favorite armor busted plus armor skink.
He's kind of skinks.
Whatever.
Archangel also sniffs butts.
That's fair. Hey, pass. Rerolls it. Oh, fails. We had we had an extra reroll, and we can pick it up again with sure hands without like losing any ground, really. But we just want to try to score on Gorilla Meeseeks, considering he's 1 touchdown away, and we're already up 1-0.
That's a sensible.
I think so too.
but he doesn't get it then.
Yeah, I think he's gonna fail the pickup now that it's on the floor, like for 3 turns, or he's gonna fail it the first time. Second time he's gonna get it, and he's gonna try to pass again. He's gonna fail the catch.
Oh look, Rolling Red has identified his foul target for the turn.
This isn't Jeff's team with foul targets. Does he still play the foul targets, or is that team gone now?
I don't know. I think it's gone, but I'm not sure. You know.
Ooh, Sora safety, just in case. Yeah, the troll took a stun for his troubles, but could have been worse. Did Thick Skull do? Oh wait, no, trolls don't have Thick Skull. I'm thinking of Cheese, because Cheese was a madman who gave his troll Thick Skull.
A troll had Thick Skull, and that troll is fucking dead.
Did he die?
Oh, he died.
That makes me sad. I like that troll.
Do you know what it didn't make me?
Sad?
Sad.
Oh, we KO'd the Edgy Skink, which is the biggest threat to the ball. So...
Was it?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I guess that is a technically true statement.
What else do I do but make technically true statements?
Lie through your teeth sometimes.
Do I? I mean, probably.
I don't know. Probably.
Oh, well, trying again. Here's the other reroll gone. And failed. He caught it, though. Thrower still got it.
Try again.
Try again next turn. No, I don't want this. You take it back. It's all slimy. More punching. Who is the target this turn? I have a feeling it might be this Black Orc.
I think it's either going to be this Black Orc or...
That worked out. I'm gonna say, if he pushed away, he wouldn't have gotten a second 1-die, but it would have saved him the if that 1-die didn't work, we wouldn't have had the all the assists on him.
There's finally a sent off.
Snicked is sent off.
This game.
We picked some weird ones.
We did. We knew what we were getting into.
Yeah, kind of.
Every time I watch a Rolling Red game, it amazes me. Like, I think I'd eventually be able to predict his movements. It's not like they're terribly complicated, but, I don't know. There's some sort of, like, method to his madness.
Huh! Fails again! Oh, fails that time, too. Doesn't really matter. I mean, all we're trying to do now is win 2-0 versus 1-0 if you're not worried about... Although, there is something to be said about touchdown differential, considering how tight the top of the div is. Touchdown differential might make a difference, but with a win here, Fiction puts himself like pretty solidly on the top, and he's only competing for where in that top 3 he ends up, rather than being out of playoffs. So it's more about the touchdown differential is probably going to end up being more about seeding rather than anything else. And I think a level on the Blitzer is probably worth giving up a seed for.
Hey, another foul.
Dead!
Oh, all right. No Apple. Oh, there is an Apple still. Never mind. He's fine.
Dead into...
That's a very good
got better.
Save.
That's nice. Just gonna go mark up the ball with the Saurus, I imagine. No, just a KO. Oh, I was gonna suggest. Well, I guess if it fails, there's a 3 and 8 that it scatters out, and the orcs just don't score again, and the skink could be in scoring range.
Now your guy just gets served.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Do you care? A little bit, maybe.
Nope, doesn't get served. 1 and 9.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't just like blitz with the.
Oh, and he would have picked it up on a 4. No!
I'm surprised.
Rolling Red has ruined.
I'm surprised he didn't just blitz with the blitzer from the middle rather than put the lineman there to surf, and then you know, could have followed and then gone and stand in the end zone next. Although I suppose that's banking on the catch working, because if it fails, it could scatter out.
Nice. Rolling Red seeing one last opportunity to cause some damage here.
Just going for it.
Going for a double surf,
I
potentially.
like it.
Yeah, double surf.
Oh, man.
This is a spicy meatball. Ooh, gets an injury. Oh, and yeah, that sticks. That's a
movement bust.
That's a blitzer. Yeah, he's done. Only gets one. But you know, one's better than none. One last foul.
I mean, yeah, might as well. There are like so few orcs on the field. This is not how I would have expected this half to go. There you go. One
MVP on Black Orc. On Burnt Clay Terry, who's getting close to leveling.
So
and MVP on
that's a point to me having predicted the orcs, and a negative point for you.
Are you just gonna keep track? Because I don't have any of these predictions.
I could. I wasn't planning on it, but I could.
I'll just write them down.
I can do it. So I'm at 1 and you're at -1 currently.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some
Okay.
tea.
Well, while you're be right backing, I will get us into REBBL.net, I suppose, to take a look at the other results in Div 1. Let me maximize that there, so you don't see all my bookmarks. Not that it really matters. They're not particularly exciting. We'll wait for SteakDora to return, and then continue. We'll have some water. Picked a very awkward moment to just leave, you know. I understand the desire to get tea, but you could have gone during that last turn rather than like after we're transitioning into the next aspect of this. You're just artificially slowing us down. This is all your fault, SteakDora. You are a terrible human being, and I'm going to continue to do this while staring at your camera so that I'll know when you're coming back. Chair stream, chair stream. It's a wonderful, like, nice brown leather looking material. There's a small bookshelf in the background. And another desk. I have played Total War at that desk. Oh, Ringo Scar, Hiroda Sukara's Warpstone ampersand number sign 038. Just had something happen to it. Thanks, Sidivius. I appreciate it. My chair is a little different. It's white and black rather than a nice leather color. I also have a bookshelf, 2 bookshelves, and a desk in the background. That's the model desk for painting, etc. Also where the cat likes to sit. We also have a cat shelf back here. Lenny Brawlvitz from Hiroda Sukara, another Warpstone something something something. Rock and roll. Oh. Epical one. Grabbing a touchdown there. Got a little shelf on the window for the cat. She likes to sit there. This is the longest T I have ever seen. What am I supposed to do now? Where's the kitty? Do you want to come be on stream, Cat? No, she's not sleeping. Yes, I did. There's a cat on the chair behind me. She's very cute.
Figured I'd get a snack for what Khalerick is about to do to my point total.
That was the longest tea I've ever seen.
Well, I went to go get tea, and then I went to use the
we're at the start, because I thought I'd wait for you, because I figured tea wouldn't take very long. I was wrong. So I talked about your chair and the bookshelf in the background.
The bookshelf mostly has a bunch of like academic texts and old CD, like DVD, video games. Like it has the physical copies I own of StarCraft 2 for some reason.
Oh,
it's got a bunch of random.
I've got all those on top of my bookshelf out in the living room, like my original.
Oh, it's got Tristan's OG copy of Halo.
I've got my like OG like World of Warcraft stuff out on my bench or my bookshelf in the other room.
Oh, that's all in a box somewhere in my mom's basement, or just like gone forever, probably.
Well, we're on Murdery Space Elf Troop, coached by Motley, versus Volcano. Mongoose is loose. They tied. I predicted that the Chorfs would win this, and the other one, Khalerick, predicted that the Dark Elves would win this, but they tied, so it doesn't matter. I thought that the Claw Palm would be able to do a thing. There's some guard and dodge and agi and stuff from the witches from the Dark Elves, but I thought the injuries would overcome that. There was only a couple. 6 KOs, 4 Kazes. Yeah, that's true. Very important piece to get badly hurt early.
Yeah, and no damage at all, of course, on the Chorf side of things, because they weren't really taking any blocks. At all. Well, they took 19. Yeah, 6 KOs. Wait, hold on. Oh, I see. I just read that.
6 KOs, 4 Kaz.
So yeah, 10 removals.
Yeah.
Tough game for the Dark Elves, what you'd expect.
Yeah, but they managed to get a touchdown in, maybe when they probably shouldn't have, or they managed to stop a touchdown that they probably shouldn't have, and we end up 1-1 rather than a 2-1 or a 1-0. Necronomics versus the Chaos. We watched, but we did predict, both of us, that the Chaos would win that. So that's
You're taking points. Right?
I have been, yeah. Just like the net points, and I'll add it to the total at the end of it. But yeah, right now I have earned 0, and you have earned -2. Good start.
Sweet. Wait, have I earned -2?
Because we were wrong about the Locust Cosecant, and you were wrong about the Fiction Lizard game.
Yes.
Fellows Quadadal versus the Rowdy Rebel Rousers. I predicted the High Elves, and you predicted the Nurgle.
Yeah, that was the reason I got chips.
You're gonna have to blame Khalerick for this one.
My healthy lead.
Yeah. So 3-1 for Not for Science. Let's see. The Rowdy Rebel Rousers, they got a decent amount of blocks that they converted to 7 KOs, but only 1 Kaz. But the Fellows Quadadal took 4 Kaz, so some fouls or failed dodges potentially. Blitzer, nothing important. Groin strain, pinched nerve, and a badly hurt on not terribly important players. 2 of the TDs going to the one turner, which is probably not surprising, frankly. The one going to the ball carrier on the Nurgle side. No damage for the Nurgle whatsoever, but one turner and elves sometimes can just do things, even if you don't get enough removals. Ars Gotia and Battle Brothers 1-1. So I predicted Khalerick, and he predicted Z-Zeta. In I don't know, he could have very easily tanked this just to spite me or whatever. But we did tie. He's in chat, so maybe you can tell us exactly how it went. But it looks like taking a lot of blocks again, but that's not unsurprising. 1 KO and 1 Kaz delivered. 1 KO and 1 Kaz delivered. So one received.
Yeah, Ars Gotia actually taking more removals than the
rest. Which is surprising. Loner Beastman died. At least it was just the loner, and the other things were just badly hurts.
There were a lot of fouls. Khalerick got expelled twice.
I see that. Opponent had 6 or 7 snakes. Khalerick failed multiple sack attempts. There's a tripwire, etc. So like, while things were going well, that he was out removing the chaos, he got unlucky perhaps in some key moments to prevent it from being a win rather than a draw. We did get triple levels out of this game though. There's a blocker getting MVP.
Yeah, great level.
Very good level on the blocker.
So Houndmaster Hobbert's probably going to get Stand Firm, which is really nice. Sorcerer is probably going to get Guard or Mighty Blow. Chaos Killer Craig gets Dirty Player.
Yeah, Dirty Player or Wrestle maybe, but probably Dirty Player.
I had Mighty Zug. Nice. I love Mighty Zug.
Oh yes, Mighty Zug is we did talk about that on the channel. I asked him what his inducements were going to be. He could have gotten Griff, I think. And he decided that he said that he was going to go for Zug. And it looks like Zug did some work getting a Kaz. So ties, so no points there. There's a lot of ties, thankfully, considering all the opposite predictions we had. Fear and Bloating, Red Joker versus Archangel. Archangel's will. I predicted Archangel and you predicted the Red Joker. Because I thought, Archangel, I believed in Archangel. He was going to win eventually. And, he didn't win, but he didn't lose. So, maybe my faith had something.
Almost as many armor breaks as he did blocks.
Archangel? 14 blocks.
29 armor breaks, just 36.
14 blocks and 4 armor breaks?
No, he took 36 blocks and his armor broke 29.
Oh, I see. But the 25 of those were inflicted from blocks. And the other ones were like fouls or...
I said his armor broke almost as many times as he got blocked. My statement was true. You just didn't listen to it the first 3 times I said it.
Yes. Because that's a very weird comparison to make. I failed almost as many dodges as GFIs. Like, great, but like, that's a fun comparison, but it's totally irrelevant.
So yeah, it looks like he just got pitch cleared. Like,
yeah.
7 Kaz, 10 Chaos.
Yeah, 8, yeah. That's a lot. A lot of the elves went off the field. But he did manage to score enough before he lost enough elves that even the Nurgle was slow enough to not be able to convert that into a win. Like, even if there weren't very many opponents on the field, it's not trivial to get 3 touchdowns as a Nurgle if there's even like a slight amount of resistance. So 2-2.
Yeah. So armor bust on Sever, the thrower. So he might be toast, or he's very.
He's good strong arm. I don't know if he's toast.
And Adrastia leveled.
That's true. The War Dancer. We get to see what Adrastia picks up next week. And the
maybe just
the lineman. I watched some of this game. I think I did. Yes. The lineman leveled. And he bought. I think he bought the lineman because that was a rookie. And it got MVP and leveled. So he, or a loner, I mean. So it got MVP and leveled, so I think he bought it. Which he didn't really want to do, but, it's probably worth taking that when he had the money for it and wanted to buy a lineman anyway. He had Eldril. I don't know if Eldril did a whole lot of useful things. But yeah, 2 touchdowns on Adrastia, completed pass.
Yeah, 2 big levels, actually. A Nurgle Warrior level and a War Dancer, so big game.
Me versus Ramaset was very bad. I predicted that Ramaset would win, and you predicted that I would win for some reason. I don't really know why.
You're not supposed to meme tank my points, Khalerick. It's not in the spirit of the competition.
Well, this is the biggest thing that happened. The Pestigore that got legend.
You're not allowed to come on anymore. You don't take it seriously.
The Pestigore that got legend last game but spent all game knocked out, so I didn't get to actually he didn't get fielded. Failed a GFI and broke his own collarbone, so a strength bust on turn 2.
I think everyone in the Discord server knows that your legend has strength busted.
Yep, it's great. My favorite bit is that the Agi 2 Rotter got MVP. Everything I tried failed this game, everything. I could not knock down an elf to save my life. It was basically just Ramaset picking up the ball, running to the end zone while I sat there flailing, and screaming while rolling in mud. It was not a game. I might as well not have been on the pitch and things would have gone better for both of us, I think. Like it was probably one of the weirdest games I've ever played. Would not recommend.
Oh, Ramsett managed to level 3 things, so that's nice for him.
Yeah, it is.
He needed a game like this. And then we have Scooby and the gang versus
I needed not desserts. A game like that because my team is so fucked.
Well, 3 big... Oh, never mind. I just misread. 1 big MNG.
We had
Top Cat is going to be out next.
So I predicted Stouticus and you predicted Scooby and the gang. So, you know, things continue. Although with your big lead so far, this is not actually doing anything relevant. Yeah, Stouticus taking that 1-0. Similar number of blocks, but Stouticus getting more armor breaks and therefore more KOs, more Kaz. 6 Kaz is huge. 1, 2, 3, 4 sticking around, so a couple of regens working perhaps, but
yeah, Niggle on the guard zombie too is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, because he's more likely to take punches than any of the other zombies. But you can't really get rid of him. Regen will save him once or twice, hopefully, and then when he dies, and then you'll be sad that you have 1 less guard. But the guard zombie is too useful to not keep, I think. Yeah, and then down here, badly hurt on a rotter, but that's about all.
Well, MNG on a rotter, but yeah.
Oh yes. Is that an MNG on Top Cat at the top there? It is. It's a big deal. So he's gonna go into his next game with the werewolves.
Yeah, there was a lot of damage and not a lot of blocks.
Yeah, it was. Stouticus getting the one touchdown on Yellow Lead Brownie, unsurprising. Kaz and an MVP on all apple pies, so he's now 12 away from legend. So he too can hit legend and then die, hopefully, because it'll make me feel better. And yeah, so some good SPP for relevant players on Grungy Desserts. And after that, we can look at the leaderboard. So now we have Div 1 here, Not for Science, 7-0-2 at the top, ahead by 1 point from Stouticus. Stouticus' win there, keeping him right on pace with Not for Science, 6-2-1, only 1 point behind. Then
and 3 better touchdown difference.
Yeah, interestingly enough, over the elves. Not for Science, or sorry, Travel Scrabble, 2 points back, or 1 win back from Not for Science. So those 3 have probably got somewhere in the top 4 relatively locked up at this point, but that 4th spot is there's a bit of a fight for it right now. Mongoose, Red Joker, Ramaset, all.
Oh, Red Joker and Fellow Cuddle just finished their game 1-1.
Oh, there you go. So Red Joker moving up to tie Mongoose at 16 points then. But all those coaches are very, very close to each other, able to take that 4th spot. Theoretically, Atomics or Motley could, but it's going to involve a bit of other players losing, I think, at this point. And then all the way down at the bottom, you've got me, who's won 1 game all season. It's been great.
Yep. Let's do predictions. Ars Gotia versus Bull Canoe.
Yes. So Ars Gotia gets some inducements.
I think I like the choice.
I think I do too. I like the choice for this in general. A lot of claw palm, a lot of guard. The one thing that I wanted to consider was the inducements. 130, so 200k, right? For the chaos. There's no extra money. Yeah.
Yep, 200k, and they already have a bench of 1, so it's not all bad. But he does have 2 rookie warriors. Well, 2 block-only warriors, I should say, not rookies.
If he had a dirty player, you could get Bribe and then maybe do something to those palm chorfs. But Bribe is probably good anyway, just to discourage the palm a little bit, maybe. But I think I like Mongoose for this one.
Yeah, it's tough with Thick Skull. Thick Skull makes DP-less bribes a lot less likely to work. Yeah, I think I like...
Fear and Bloating versus Fellow Squattadol. 2180 Nurgle, 1910 High Elves. Well, as we've seen, those High Elves can certainly at least tie Nurgle. Are they missing anything important? No. They've still got the good Blitzer.
It already happened. It's
yeah.
We saw the result.
Oh, so we can't predict that one.
Never mind.
Me versus Locus. I predict Locus.
Unless that's just how it displays the score when it's midway, but whatever.
Oh no, I mean it is. It does
points.
that when people get touchdowns. It displays it midway.
It shows up as the whole score. Okay, well it's 1-1 currently. Which I feel like knowing that. Do you want? Well, I guess we can predict.
I'll take the L's.
Sure.
Just arbitrarily because we kind of know what the score is. I don't know anything about.
Sure, I'll also take the Elves. It's probably who I would have picked.
Me versus Locust. I mean, I predict Locust. I mean, frankly, being 320k TV down against a killy team with that much kill, who is going to dedicate their turns to using that kill, is just going to make my team not exist, and I have no counter to that because I have no killer of my own.
Yep, he just has to try to win. And
pretty much.
Travel Scrabble versus Murdery, a Space Elf.
This is an interesting one. Considering Travel Scrabble is out, Top Cat, which is one of his three, or no, he has got other tackle. So he's got Minor 49er, and he's got Muttley, and he's got Muttley Jr., who all are on tackle. But it's missing the Strength Guard, Agi White, versus, there's a lot of Agi and there's a lot of Guard out of Motley here.
It is going to make him leaner, so he's not going to give as many, or he's going to get into
220, but he has 50k in cash, 270 really, or an extra 50k in cash, I should say. So he could theoretically have 3 werewolves for this one, 2 werewolves and Cheney, which would be pretty good. Very fast, hard for the Dark Elves to deal with. The Blitzer Witch Elf is pretty scary, but is niggled. Which is also scary against the Muttley Jr., the Mighty Blowwolf. The two men. If this is if this was many other Necro teams, I feel like I would go with the Dark Elves here. But Travel Scrabble has been doing very well this season.
Mm-hmm. Who are you gonna pick?
This is going to be one of those things where next week I'm going to say, why did I do that? But I'm going to pick Travel Scrabble and then wonder about past self next week. Yeah, I mean, the Agi Elves are certainly really good.
All right, I'll keep it a little spicy. I think Molly's got it.
I think he does. I think this is a very, very close game. Easily go either way. Stouticus versus Horny Cricket. This is a big one, too. That's a couple really good coaches going at it. 2,300 Nurgle versus 1,500 Necro. That's 800k in inducements for the Necro.
Yeah, I think the Nurgle.
Yes, I don't think 800k makes up for the difference there. I'm interested to see what Horny Cricket can do, though.
Yeah, that's a fun match.
The Voltrex Vanguard versus the Rowdy Rebel Rousers. 2040 High Elves versus 2,300 Nurgle.
That's a little
spicy. It is. Bird is a very good sort of elf hunting like sacker. We've got the Sure Hands. Got a couple Mighty Blow Tackle. We don't have Chucky. The Pestigore does not have tackle, which I think is the biggest deal. Claw Mighty Blow is relevant against High Elves, and all the other Claw Mighty Blow that is attached to tackle is on movement 4.
Going to be blitzing mostly with Nurgle Warriors.
There's so much blodge on Ramaset's team.
And Ramaset is going to have a wizard. And some
I think the combination of the wizard, the strength 4 leap catcher, and the Agi 5 leap blitzer are going to be a lot for the Nurgle to deal with. And while they're going to get punches, they're not going to be able to get the knockdowns they want. Having experience of not mobile tackle versus Ramaset is pretty painful. So I think the wizard makes that puts that in his favor over the.
This is an interesting match because it's basically going to decide. Like if Ramaset wins this, he's got a shot at making it onto the podium. Yep. If Atomics wins, ditto, though not as likely. But whoever loses this is a lot less.
Yeah, as we mentioned right at the start, this is a 5th place versus 6th place, where they're within 1 point of each other, which is within 1 or 2 points of the 4th place spot. So.
They're within 2 points of each other.
Ramaset is 14, and the red. Oh, that's Atomics, not the other Red Joker, right?
Atomics is 12.
So it puts Atomics in striking range, and it puts puts Ramaset into the playoff picture. So
I like the High Elves.
So do I. But it's a pretty big deal for Onosat to win that one. And then we have Archangel versus Khalerick. This will be fun too. I want to watch this. 1570, which I think is the lowest we've seen Archangel's team in a while. I'm curious. Adrasty gets sidestep for what it's worth. We are missing Yanari, so this is a...
No, he already had sidestep. That's not...
oh, it's not updated. I see.
Because it's 5 levels.
Well, Archangel is going to get 190 against the Battle Brothers.
Archangel, what are you taking? You're here. What's Adrasty getting? Come on.
Spoil it for us. I mean, I don't know. I suppose we could always just go into client and look, right? That's the thing. No, he hasn't taken the level yet, so we don't know.
What?
Hasn't taken either of those levels yet. It is a 5 Wood Elf team, though, because Yanari is out for the next game. It's Hugh Catches Unseen, Adrastia, Savari, Genitia, and Amaldel is the entire elf team versus the Battle Brothers.
Yep.
I think, like, so this will be really fun to watch. I think Khalerick has got
Would you like to guess what Houndmaster Hubert has rolled, or Hob? You can see it.
Strength
obviously.
Again.
Yeah, it hasn't updated here, but he's...
That's a strength 5 blocker. Oh my god, I love him.
That's quite good. Khalerick's stat freak reign continues.
So many stats. There's more stats on this team right now than I have ever rolled on my entire Nurgle team in all of its history.
Yeah, my Lizard team had kind of like perfect stats in the sense that I had 1 strength Saurus and 1 Agi Skink. Obviously, you want more than that, but if you had to take only 2 stats, you'd be happy with that. I also rolled strength on a Croc score, but that just took block.
Yeah, that's just block. I think that, like, if this was a normal Brett team, it would probably go to Archangel, but the 2 plus Agi and also Mighty Blow Tackle blitzers are pretty good versus those elves. It's a good amount of guard. The blitzers can keep up. The elves can't, like, pen them in as easily because they can just dodge around things. You know, Khalerick will have to be careful about He Who Catches Unseen. Can't do those short little passes with the pass block and Nerves of Steel leap nonsense lying around.
Yeah, it doesn't have any like really good anti-agi pieces though. Doesn't have any like diving tackle. Has like tackle sidestep, which is not nothing.
He does have sure hands, which is relevant. Versus strip ball.
Yeah, of course.
I think I will. Man, I have no idea. I was gonna say something, and then I'd like.
But you don't really care about the strip ball on the War Dancer because I mean Adrastia is just going to be leaping in and getting a 2+ with tackle or a 2 down.
There's enough guard that's not trivial.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's
I don't know. I like the Bretts, even though I've been.
I think I like the Bretts too, but I think it's like I would flip a coin and be happy with the outcome in terms of predicting someone.
Sure, yeah. I think the Wood Elves with a Wizard are, always going to have
yeah, like, if I had to predict this one by flipping a coin, I wouldn't be angry at either result, I think both are very, very good. Have very, very good shots to win this, and it should be exciting to watch. So let's go to the results for 2A, shall we? Week 9. So let's see, what did we predict in the first one? We have Dreams of Golden Stream, Superfed versus Duberman, Average Joe's Gym. I predicted Superfed and you predicted the High Elves, so there you go, catching up.
All it took was Superfed getting diced into the ground. Look at this. Amy Bruck, dead. Maddie O'Reilly, dead.
Yep. Well, I mean...
For anyone who missed it.
That's the good news, is that, it's the slightly worse blitzer and not the best gutter runner that got picked to die, which is unfortunate. Which is better. I mean, if Proxy Page died, you'd be a lot sadder. If Carter Cruz or Marley Brinks died, you'd be a lot sadder. And Marley Brinks did level. The Agi Leap Sure Hands block 1 has got a level pending.
Yeah, I mean, I clearly cursed you. That was
absolutely did. I mean, it's not as bad as it could be, but that's not great. It's going to be hard for the rest of the season without going down 2 positionals in one game, especially ones that have levels, is always rough in a higher div.
Yeah, I mean, and like it must be said, you can do a lot of shenanigans with a 2-head.
Oh, the 2-heads is so good.
Yeah, the 2-heads makes a huge difference.
I'm just trying to like always look on the bright side of life, you know.
I mean, you say like I cursed you, like there's something different going on here. This is pretty standard stuff. I think you cursed yourself. I just like pointed out that it exists.
I blame Superfed. All of this is his fault, and there's nothing that you can do to convince me otherwise because it keeps happening every season. 27 blocks, 37 blocks. Yeah, so receiving 3 Kaz and them being these 1 KO. I mean, we just got punched. And then the high elves are speedy enough and like sort of elfy enough to be able to keep up with the remaining rats without the sort of 2 heads and Blitzer. El is taking a death of their own, but it's not really an important one. Touchdowns came on a lineman to level them. Thrower leveled from a couple passes, and touchdown on Michelle Jones, grabbing the movement catcher, getting a touchdown as well. So yeah, the high elves just dismantling Superfed. Looks like killing his players sadly, but I know
just standing in the doorway judgmentally watching me.
I know what that feels like. Clicheos versus Thick, Rich, and Creamy. I predicted the chaos, and you predicted the necro because Khalerick hates you.
Yes.
Big Chuck takes that 2-0. Whole lot of blocks out of Big Chuck, resulting in 14 armor breaks, which is 4 KOs, 3 Kaz, Surf. Thick, Rich, and Creamy suffering 4 KOs.
Yeah, not a lot of damage. Only 1 Kaz sticking. It was on Havarti Makes You Farty, which of course is an enormous piece to have removed.
Yeah, when Thick, Rich, and Creamy is so tall, right? Like Havarti and Paris Stilton are like the whole team. It's if either one of those gets removed, it can certainly be really frustrating to play the match. One of those 4 Kaz that stuck happened to be on Havarti. So like, you know, while you got lucky with regen rolls, theoretically, it is not lucky in that it, you know, one of your better players is the one that happened to eat the removal. And plus with those Kaz, you know, even if regen does work, they're out for that drive, which could make, depending when they came, that could have either made the 1-0 or the 2-0 very, very easy to occur for Big Chuck. Like, you could have made one of those touchdowns pretty free with 4 removals in a half. He does get to level read between the lines, Rookie Beastman, grabbing 2 TDs on him, which is really nice because he lost his ball carrier recently. So so he's probably I imagine, trying very hard to get it on read between the lines has him designated as the new one probably. You know, block or sure hands probably, depending on who your next games are, or maybe a stat if you got lucky, but who knows. 3rd wizard failure in a row. Tomorrow you go for 4. You haven't reached my record of 7 yet, so.
I don't know if that one was ever confirmed.
I mean, go back.
You were just like, it felt like.
No, it was. I've streamed every game of Blood Bowl I've ever played, and I should have most of the recording somewhere if you really wanted to. It is.
You can keep all the wizard fails for yourself. I'm gonna need them to work in my.
It was over the course of like 2 seasons, I think, because I didn't get wizards very often, but you know, I did get them. We had Dark Elves, or the Delves from Spoony Bard, versus Cogs of War. I mean, this was probably one of the easier predictions I made. I just went with the Dark Elves, frankly, because you know, while they're dwarves, they're dwarves that are outguarded by the Dark Elves, and it's the Cogs of War without it's the Coltrane baby. So they're just kind of sad dwarves, frankly, because, you know, Windows Update, hooray. You know, they had some Mighty Blow, but they don't have any guard compared to the Dark Elves, and I thought the Dark Elves would just make it hard for the dwarves to get blocks. Turns out it's easy to get blocks when you just make all of your opponents go away, which is what happened here.
Yep. 6 Kaz.
Yeah, 6 Kaz, 3 KOs. The Dark Elves just didn't have much of a team, and
Nothing that important. The runner takes a movement bust or an armor bust, which is of course a problem. He should get retired at some point, but for now he's the leader, so probably need.
Yeah, and the MNG on one of those blitzers is annoying. It's the least good blitzer, but it's still, you know, when this team.
Yeah, to have 3 badly hurts. Well, 2 badly hurts down here on loners, and then a MNG on Vanta.
Yeah. It certainly could have been a lot worse than it was, but it was, you know, definitely enough to make it relatively easy for the dwarves to, like, not lose anyway. The dwarves still.
Oh, the first letter of every player is cut off. That's interesting. They can't handle the something about.
Oh, it's the. I mean, so the players are named in the same way that there's a hex code, right? It's yeah.
Yes, I know. So it's whatever. Something about the syntax for that is causing the first letter to be.
Yeah, and that's probably just a rebel.net thing, and how it's parsing the names.
It is, and I know that the player is called Ebony and Onyx, like in game.
Yeah, so it's just a rebel.net thing.
Good game for the Cogs of War. They level their Troll Slayer, they level their Blitzer, and they level a random.
The random blocker should totally get guard. I don't know what that Troll Slayer takes. I mean, you could take Juggernaut maybe.
I mean, you take on probably.
That's a good point. The Blitzer, who's got Lodge, you know, guard, stand firm, tackle maybe. Well, probably pretty good options.
I mean, with stand firm, if you wanted to make him into a dedicated surfer, you would take Jugs. But
well, with how you just won this game, or not won, but tied this game, I feel like banking on the removals is probably a pretty good plan.
I mean, that's basically a win for these.
It is.
Wars.
I mean,
three removals alone for Belloc, 2 for for Marcus Phoenix 2.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this like it was a win for the Dwarves, but it wasn't. It was probably very easy for them to get the second touchdown to tie it without many elves in the field. I very much imagine this was like a 2-1 or 2-0 game pretty early for the Dark Elves, and then the Dwarves just kind of were like, cool, you don't have any elves anymore. I'm just going to spend the next few turns making it even. But they didn't have enough time left to turn it into a win. Brick and Mortary we watched, versus Fogmire Fembeast we watched.
Yep.
I mentioned the predictions during that. I predicted the Orcs, you predicted the Lizards. I already took that into account. So, like, despite all of the crazy, like, divisive predictions here, there were so many ties that this is going to end up in not much of a difference anyway.
Oh no.
Bring out your Undead versus the Charlestown Chiefs. We both predicted the Khemri here, actually.
The Khemri managed to level a Tomb Guardian, which is nice, and tied 2-2, which is pretty big for them. Khemri can do well against lizards. It kind of depends.
Well, so these are the lizards that didn't have much in the way of Saurus.
Yes. And they lost even more. Wow, this team is fucking dead. Holy shit. Johnny Upton, the plus strength Saurus, dead. Yvonne LeBrun, one of the only developed Saurus, dead. 2 badly hurt skinks, just added
and a niggled one on the only good skink.
That's a fucking dead lizard team. Holy shit.
All right. Well, I mean, I think Rand may have retired Steer, but they ended up in a tie anyway, so maybe those injuries came late. But, like, yeah, that's a lot of 5 Kaz taken, 4 KOs taken. And, leveling a Tomb Guardian, but it's the only Tomb Guardian with levels, so that's the only one you didn't want the level to go on. That MVP on any other Tomb Guardian would have leveled them, but he had to get another level on Red No Blue instead of any of the other ones.
Yep.
How very Rand. That's like the most Rand game I've ever seen. I like it. Unfortunate for Steer.
Meanest, greatest boys.
Yeah, this is also a tie. I predicted the Nurgle and you predicted the Orcs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? I would have actually predicted the Orcs.
Oh, there you go. I just thought that there was enough. I don't remember why I did this.
There's a lot of guard for the Nurgle. This is
that's why. I think that's why, because I thought the guard would help.
But like even then, the strength advantage of the Orcs is so powerful that like if they don't get removed, they've got a really good shot. That said, it looks like Cosmic went on a tear and just removed 3 by himself.
Yeah, that's why I think I went with the Nurgle, is the couple extra Rotters with guard and make it a bit easier. But yeah, 1-1. Yeah, Cosmic, you said 3. Does a lot of work there. Any just badly hurts? There's a movement bust on that Blitzer?
Movement bust on Stressed Green Boy, who I'm pretty sure was already movement busted, so he's now movement 4. He's a strength busted Blodge Guard for Black Orc. I don't know if you keep that, but other than that, everything else survives, so not terrible. Tie obviously hurts Too Awesome in the standings. Yield Guard and Meanest Greenest Boys were at the top of the div, so a big game, and to have it end in a tie is obviously not going to help kind of separate out anyone.
No, because at least Too Awesome is already relatively already pretty well at the top. A draw here doesn't help that. A win would have done a lot for his playoff chances, but he's still in good shape. Unfortunately, took some damage, but the Nurgle not able to convert the removals into a win. So well done, Too Awesome, to prevent that from being a loss and getting some points out of it.
Yep. And then we have Secret Lizard Overlords and Gourmet Governors. Luminous taking this. Wait, it says 1-0 on this page and 2-0.
I think this might have been an.
Was it a concede?
It looks like it because there's no results in the. Yeah.
Never mind. No points.
It's worth noting. I predicted the vampires
don't count. Oh right, Luminous conceded, or not Luminous. Spoopy had something come up, I think, and he couldn't play.
That's unfortunate.
I saw.
So no points there.
So no one gets.
So despite the crazy divisive picks at the end of this, it's still going to be you ahead by 8 points.
How many points?
5, and I got 3. So that puts you at 18 and me at 10. So you're still ahead by 8. Didn't matter.
Still annoying.
Oh well. So now I guess we can look at the leaderboard for 2A. So we see that because of that tie there, Too Awesome, if that was a win, he'd certainly be in first. Yeah, you were, Khalerick, but also there's a lot of ties and a concede which don't count for the points, so it didn't make that much of a difference. Too Awesome, because of that tie, is at 18 behind Big Chuck and Fiction, who are both with 20. So a win there would have put him on 20 as well for the 3-way tie. So now he's a bit behind those other ones. Superfed is in the Challengers Cup spot right now, 1 point behind Too Awesome and a win behind Fiction and Big Chuck. So he's not out of playoffs by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not guaranteed anymore. Luminous and Duberman both 1 point behind Superfed, so they're also in contention for that third playoff spot or the Challengers Cup pretty easily. And after that, we kind of get our separation with Yayo and Spoony Bard, Ran the Man, Jimmy Burrito being far enough back that playoff spot is probably out of the picture for them. And predictions.
Dreams of Golden Streams and Yield Guard.
740 KTV for Superfed in his stadium, so he gets star players for cheaper.
I mean, that's gonna be fucking fascinating.
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
Yield Guard has a single tackle. It is on a frenzy piece, which is nice.
That's actually really annoying. Only one tackle on a movement 6.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with Fed.
Frankly. That many.
He's gonna hate it, but
that many inducements.
He should win that game even with 5 players.
Yeah, that many inducements. The players that he does still have around, and only one tackle for the Nurgle. I mean, that those gutter runners can kind of do whatever they want whenever they want, unless things go incredibly well for the Nurgle. And even then, the Nurgle only have 2 Mighty Blow that are not on the tackle piece. So even on the LOS hits, you're taking 3 if you include the Beast of Nurgle, but you're taking a Beast of Nurgle hit and 2 normal hits on the rats or on the line rats. It's not like there's going to be a whole lot of random Mighty Blow blocks other than the LOS hits, which you're going to take anyway in every game you play as rats. So yeah, Charlestown Chiefs versus the Luminous. So Lizards with 700k.
This is the Luminous.
So these are the Lizards that now have 4 Saurus, 2 of which are rookies and 1 of which is armor busted.
Yeah, I mean, all right. It's
the Vamps.
It's the Vamp.
Although the Lizards get 700k or 680k actually.
They will do good things with that, but all that said,
yeah, it turns out vampires are relatively okay at kind of marginalizing Saurus because they're similar strength, and when there's the same number of vampires as there are Saurus, or at least only by 1.
I mean, that kind of goes both ways. I think Lizards in general do fairly well against vamps, like you can just use your superior speed to keep the vampires at bay, and Saurus are a credible threat
That's
to
true.
vampires. They just have enough strength to tap thralls and stuff. I think generally speaking, it's a game that goes towards lizards, but like this is. Not
I think whichever team is like the better developed team has like, and like if the lizards have more development than the vampires, they're very favored. If the vampires have more development than the lizards, they might be a bit favored.
Yep.
And there's a lot of
so then we have
a lot of imbalance.
We have a lizard mirror, which is going to be interesting. So, Rolling Red's stupid lizards. There's versus Spoopy's less stupid lizards.
Yep.
And I think Rolling Red.
So do I.
Here, I said.
I've seen both of them play. Spoopy is going to go for a fast score, and then Rolling Red is going to block all his Saurus to death. Like that's what's going to happen. Spoop.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Everything else is just in the details,
yeah.
Right?
Spoopy is going to try to like do a 2 or 3 turn, with those skinks, and Rolling Red is going to kill everything, and then it won't matter because there won't be any players left.
Yep. The Troll Slayer actually took guard. Interesting.
Oh, there's a bit of a Spoopy has too much money, so he's actually lower TV. So he's got 90k. Yeah, that's not that relevant. Never mind. Yeah. So then Cogs of War versus the meanest greenest boys. I mean, so guardless.
Oververt, are you here?
I don't think so. He's not normally here.
Why the fuck did you take a plus movement dwarf blocker? What?
That really needed to be guard.
Why are you like this? He took guard on a troll.
He doesn't. He doesn't have the Coltrane anymore, and now he doesn't know what to do with himself. Just flailing into the.
He had a great game where he leveled 3 pieces and he took just a bunch of weird.
What was the other level? Oh, it was the Blitzer, Mighty Blow. That makes a bit of sense.
Well, yeah, I mean that makes more sense. Whatever. Though again, it's a Blodge Blitzer, and you took Mighty Blow instead of.
I mean, it's orcs that outstrength and outguard dwarves versus dwarves. That is a double movement bust on that Blitzer. You were right. He's movement 4. I mean, I think I like the orcs. They outguard and will outstrength the dwarves. So like you just base up, and then the dwarves lose. Frankly,
I think the orcs.
Jimmy Burrito versus Rand the Mad. So we've got the Havarti makes you farty-less. Or no, did he get better? Or is this not updated?
Yeah, he got better. I think he was just MNG.
Just badly hurt. Okay, so we got the Necro who do have their full team, right? Yeah, they do.
I think so. It's in a weird order.
They do, and they have a bench of 2 against the Khemri. So they'll get 160 versus the Khemri, which is a wizard, which matters. Less so for this team because they don't have like a crazy Agi player or anything, and the wolves they do have are more dedicated to punch and stuff, or are rookies because the Agi one died. What did that Tomb Guardian take? Break Tackle. I mean, I guess that makes sense when you roll normals and you already have Guard, Mighty Blow, and Stand Firm.
Yep. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
To make it contentious, I'm just going to pick the opposite of whatever you do, I think, because everything else looks pretty in the bag.
That's fair.
So. Because I think this is a bit of a
I think it is too. I mean, I think it all comes down to the wolves to me. Like the Necro or the Khemri cannot keep up with the werewolves in terms of speed, but the Necro just can't fight the Khemri in any way. They don't have any guard compared to that strength. Although
they also only have they have 2 wolves, but one is a.
Let's go with Khemri. Sure, why not? I was looking at them and I don't have a better option. Brick and Mortary and Average Joe's Gym. So we got Fiction's Orcs. This is a big one too. They're both relatively up there in the playoff or in the standings. So the average Joes do get a wizard here. A wizard in 10k. Oh wait, no, that's not true because Fiction has 40k over in cash. So if he spends that, we are just under a wizard for Average Joe's Gym unless they want to scum it. And I doubt they do because they only have 40k. Oh, he has a wizard stadium, and we are in his stadium, so it doesn't matter. Gets a wizard. That was a lot of nothing. That was a roundabout way to come to the conclusion that he gets a wizard.
Oh, I just.
That's fair. 9 players.
I mean, I have to go with Fiction, right? I mean, I think Fiction's going to win the div. He's out his, like you said, he's out his best anti-elf tool.
I think that's the big problem there. No anti-elf tool. There's a lot of guard, and that might be difficult even with all, even if the orcs can't knock down the elves can't do a whole lot to the orcs. They will get a wizard, but the orcs will have one too in that way. I think I like Fiction for this as well, even though he's out his good elf tool.
What did you say in the Necro versus Khemri, by the way? I never.
Khemri. For no real reason other than I had Khemri open at the time, and you were going to pick the opposite that I did, so it didn't really matter which one I picked. And then we have the color equals, quote, FF00000, quote, close bracket, Delves versus Clicheos. The Dark Elves get 200 or 190k-ish, 180k. There's too much cash lying around there. 180k versus Big Chuck.
Too much cash,
they both do, so I think it's 190 if I did the math right there. So Big Chuck does have 3 tackle. One of them is attached to a Claw Mighty Blow, which is a pretty big deal against Dark Elves.
Plus movement, yeah.
The Stand Firm Warrior is very good against those Dark Elves as well.
Oh, and Spoonie has no bench.
Read between the lines picked up Sure Hands, so we can save. Ooh, yeah, and with that, so we've got one of those guard out, which is actually a pretty big deal.
And he's not going to be using this minus strength lino, so that's gone too. So he's only going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. He's only going to have 5 non-loners. They're very good non-loners.
This is becoming the Archangel of Dark Elf teams.
Yeah, I think I like the cast.
I do too, and I think a big reason for that is that the runner is actually out because he's only got 2 rostered. Oh, he's bought a reroll now, right? He's up to 3? Yeah. Never mind. I was going to say he'd be at 2 rerolls.
Yeah, I suspect that guy's getting fired.
I was going to say he's going to be up to only at 2 rerolls, but he's at 3.
Oh no, he must have had it before because he's got 180k and 3 rerolls. I think he just had 4 rerolls with the loner, which it's high time to fire space.
Yeah, well, he had 2 at the start of the season, so he must have picked one up over the last couple of weeks. That was going to be what made me really pick the Chaos, but I still feel like I like the Chaos a little bit, just a little bit less than I did before. Mighty Blow Claw turns out is good against Dark Elves. These Dark Elves aren't going to have a huge amount of players to accomplish things with. A lot of loners could burn through those rerolls quickly, or you won't want to use the rerolls, I guess. So I think I like Big Chuck as well here. Plus, he's at the top of the table, so you can't predict against him, right? That would be bad for him at this point.
Agreed. So that's
that is. Div. Let's bring us up to the title screen.
Real non-meme prediction.
For the most part, yeah. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed week 9. We'll be back next week with week 10. We're starting to get to the end here. Only a couple weeks to go until playoffs, and then we get to vanish for another season and then find out if they let us do this again. I don't know why they do, but back to the cave for playoffs.
I won my first game of plans. That was pretty
exciting.
Good. Yep. Snake away from being a 3-1.
Oh, excellent.
Versus the Dwarves. I only took 1 MNG.
I don't have anything. We saw what happened in my game this week. We don't need to talk about that. We'll be back next Wednesday for week 10. Thank you very much for watching week 9. And until then, I'm in Steakmittens. And we will see you folks next week.